Ah, there we go. It seems like I have finally fixed the problem. Wonderful. Yes, isn't that just absolutely classic? I don't even know how to really describe that, but it's actually amusing as well because I tested this multiple times before I started, and my connection was fine. And then all of a sudden, boom! I had some kind of issue. Thankfully, seems like we've solved that now. Anyway, hello everyone, and thank you for joining me for another stream. And Captain Weeb says, "How goes it? How goes it, Lord Reformers?" Well, I appreciate the honorific right there. It's going pretty well. How are you doing? And yeah, we're gonna have some fun today, or at least I hope so. So what I'm actually gonna try to do is I'm thinking I'm going to try to do a little bit more smithing this time around, because obviously I have been wanting to explore that. We do have, look at this, we have one focus point. Maybe it would be a good idea to spend this thing. Who knows? Maybe that would be a good idea. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. And otherwise, I am kind of just making sure that everything is working. Yeah, everything seems to be working now. All right, so anyway, we do have a focus point to spend. I don't know whether we really want to spend anything more in Charm, because the one thing that I really want to get is Warlord, because obviously increasing influence gain from battles, I think that's kind of amazing, right? I think that's kind of nice. And hello Fantendo, and hello everyone else joining. And yeah, so we're hopefully going to have a good time. And I think, as I say, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another point into smithing, and we're going to try and find some of those Pugios. You know those daggers that someone told me about on the previous stream, because I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you know what? Those guys are going to be really, really good to smelt. And so I'm thinking, yeah, let's do that. Because I've actually taken a look already in the marketplace here, and you can see there are the Pugios. They're pretty cheap, and I'm actually wondering what they smelt into, because I don't think I've ever smelted these, or I very, very rarely smelted them. And oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Captain Weeb. I'm glad that glad that I caught you on this day. Then, so yeah, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. I hope you had a good day, or still having a good day, shall we say? Anyway, yeah, so we're just going to do a little bit of smithing here. So let me actually just see. How much is it going to be? Okay, so it's going to be 1,000 for me to buy 5 of these things. I think that will probably be okay. So let's just go ahead and do that. And we'll see what I can do. Yeah, okay. I basically have no charcoal, right? Basically have no charcoal whatsoever. So let me actually have a look. Okay, we do have a little bit of hardwood here. I guess I will buy some of it. We'll see how that goes, and let's just do... Oh, wow, I barely have any energy. Ugh, that's kind of irritating, isn't it? That is very, very irritating. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Now, let's see what Pugios actually give us, because I have... Oh, my. Okay, wait a minute. All right. I see how people are doing this now. Okay. This is pretty incredible. You get fine steel, iron, and wrought iron, all from one thing that literally costs you 232 gold. I think that's actually kind of insane. That's amazing, to be fair. Okay, so let's actually smelt. Okay, I could smelt once. Wow. Yeah, I could have... Well, I could have smelted a little bit more, but yeah, that's pretty nice. Anyway, fine steel sells here for 121, but you can see if I go a very small distance away, I can actually get 185 from Varchek. So that is a significant increase. And bear in mind, if I go around the entirety of Empire territory and just pick up Pugios all over the place, we're going to make so much money, because we can make one, right? We can make one fine steel bar from every Pugio. But of course, you've got to remember that we're also getting regular steel, which again I can sell at Varchek 2 for a pretty decent profit. And we can also get iron, which I can sell at a different place. And then we can also get wrought iron and so on. And yeah, that's the funny thing. Even if we don't want to sell these things immediately, we can actually turn these things into relatively high level two-handed swords, or, you know, whatever. Because two-handed swords generally are going to be the most profitable thing that we can make. And Tony says blacksmith hammers are also pretty good. for cheesing hardwood. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I've done that in the past, I think. If we take a look here, yeah, things like this, wooden hammers. So basically, I can get a bunch of these. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to do that. I'm actually going to do it. Anyway, to begin, I think it would be a nice idea for us to head into the tournament, because I'd like to earn a little bit of influence so that we can continue to maintain our mercenary wages. Obviously, I do have the charm perk that I've been after all this time. You know, we have the self-promoter thing now, so that's really going to make a huge difference to us in general. I am at 100% HP. We should have a relatively decent time in this tournament. Although, to be fair, we are up against, oh dear, we are up against Mr. Mantios himself. He's going to be a bit of a problem, wouldn't you say? Yes, I think he's probably going to be a bit of an issue. So, the betting, yeah, betting is not really that much of an issue for me, but look at what we're getting. We're getting a noble mount here, and I know from the previous stream, a bunch of people were raving about getting these noble mounts as rewards. And I'm just thinking, yeah, you know what? This is great. I'm very, very pleased to see some of this, because if I can turn this mount, because let's face it, I don't know, should I use it? I don't know. I might not use it. But whatever the case, I can turn this mount, if I sell it, into many, many Pugios, and then we can, you know, kind of, what is it? Flip it, I guess. We can kind of flip it for more cash, and then more cash from the resources and so on. What's the longest you've played in game years? Oh, okay. I think I've played... I remember starting a character who was age 50, and I played him until he was, I think, mid-70s. I think that could be the case. I might be misremembering, of course, but generally time tends to go quite fast in this game. So you know, 1 year basically goes by in a flash, and you have no idea what just happened. But yeah, I think generally I started at age 50, and I think 76 or something along those lines was the oldest character that I've had. And I'm actually surprised that we've not really seen any deaths in any of the series. My characters don't usually die, which is kind of weird. But whatever the case, yeah, there you go. That's the longest I've played in game years, apparently. About 25 years or so, I think. Maybe longer, I'm not sure, but around that. Yeah, anyway. Matthew says, I love your videos. I've watched them for over 2 years. You do a great job. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to head straight on in here. Yeah, the Crusade character. Indeed. Uncle Darthy, 100%. Yeah, I remember the Crusade character. He was absolutely crazy. I think he might have actually lived until his 80s, like mid-80s potentially. I'm actually not entirely sure. Now I don't remember, you see. Now I don't remember. I'm going to have to go back and check, I guess. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, let me see if I can actually not die, because bear in mind, this is obviously my other character. I don't have particularly good one-handed skill, because whenever I switch between series and switch between characters, I always get myself in hot water, because one character has, what, I don't know, 250 or something one-handed proficiency, or whatever weapon proficiency it is, and then this one, or whichever one I'm playing at the time, I get mixed up because they have like 50 or something. that usually is what happens. Damien says, Reformist, how are you today? I'm pretty good. I'm not too bad. How are you doing? Hopefully you're okay. You just held a castle 185 versus 1,120 and managed to scrape a win. Whoa, okay, wow, that I would call that very lucky from my perspective. You know, if I was doing that, I would say I am very lucky there, but I'm going to assume that you had what you needed. You had the skills to pay the bills in that respect. That is amazing. Good win. He was a beast. That guy was one of your best Let's Plays. I agree. I loved that playthrough. That was actually that was actually one of the funniest series, primarily for the fact that we did have that glitch happen. I think it was in episode 18 or episode 19. I seem to vividly remember the episode number for some reason. But basically, our scouting skill bugged out so dramatically that we had over 1,000 skill points in scouting. I seem to remember that. And I just thought, wow, that's, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Anyway, hopefully this fellow is actually going to help me out here because I'm having a bit of an issue. I'd like to win this if at all possible, so that's exactly what I'm... Well, apparently that's not what I'm going to do. Yeah, apparently that is not... apparently that is not what I'm going to do. Yeah, no, apparently we are indeed going to lose that because I got couch lanced in the back. Yeah, that was fantastic. Wonderful. Kiz JB said, I started a new character and he died the next day. Oh no, first siege. You get a pretty cool cutscene. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's fun. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to achieve victory here, so I will be just leaving because obviously I got couch lance in the back. That is wonderful. Yeah, you see that? Yes, Mr. Chaos, I did. Oh dear, that is pretty terrible, isn't it? Oh well, never mind. I guess the best thing I can do is pretty much just wait here for some time, try to get some energy back. Maybe there'll be another tournament going on here afterwards, or something along those lines. Sometimes they do tend to do that, where they hold another tournament almost immediately afterwards. That would be kind of fun, but whatever the case, yeah, that happens to me. Yeah, that happens to me. Sometimes it happens off screen as well, you know, because sometimes I say, you know, okay, I'm gonna just go and I'm just gonna do some tournaments and try to get some much needed renown or something like that, and then all of a sudden, you know, when you see me come back, I've lost, you know, tournaments just purely for the fact that I got one shot by some random thing. Anyway, I'm at 100% in energy, and bear in mind that obviously it's going to take a bit of time for us to actually level this up because we couldn't find any smithing companions, unfortunately. Not entirely sure why, but yes. Anyway, Pugios. Actually, let's do the wooden hammers first, I suppose. Let's do the wooden hammers first so we can get some more hardwood, and then we're just going to smelt that real fast. Wow, we're already out of stamina. That is so sad. Very, very sad. So basically, I could just stand here, wait for some time, smelt, and then rinse and repeat. But I kind of want to move around a little bit. Maybe I'd like to go for another tournament. Remember how if you lost a tournament in Warband, you could just wait a couple of seconds? Yep. Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, that was really, really good. Yeah, that was actually fantastic. For me specifically, that was fantastic because, you know, those times where I just go in and then die instantly due to some random thing, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, well, we could just go in again. That's great. You know, I get a second chance. But no, it seems like in this, that does not happen. Yes, well, never mind. Oh, Thin Rizzy, welcome to a member of Reformia. Very, very appreciate that. And you are the knight rank. Oh yes, welcome to the Reformian membership, I guess you could kind of call it. Yeah. Anyway, oh yeah, don't try to pronounce my name, but wish you greetings from Serbia. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't want to insult you or anything. Yeah, on a separate note, your videos are always calming, entertaining, and what I look forward to daily, says Uncle Darthy. Thank you so much for creating amazing content on a daily basis. Thank you very much. I do try, even though sometimes things happen. Like, for example, that wonderful couch lance just now that really put paid to my to my plans of winning that wonderful noble horse. That would have been amazing. Oh well, never mind. Zero says, I started a new playthrough the other night. Your recent streams inspired me. I keep dying because I'm out of practice though. Ah, don't worry about it. You've just seen me die really spectacularly. Anyway, we're actually going to be going into this tournament here. Maybe the ambassador? What is the ambassador? That's obviously a weapon of some kind, right? Yeah, it's a one-handed. I don't think I've ever seen this sword before, potentially. But whatever the case, we're actually going to be fighting against some sturgeons here. So maybe I'm going to get a little bit luckier this time around. Hopefully that's going to be the case. Frankenbean says, hey man, I've been watching you seemingly for a decade. Oh, for a decade. Whoa. Yeah, thank you so much. That is incredible. I always love hearing from people that have watched for such a long period of time. Really appreciate that. I've been put on the back foot in my playthrough. I started a kingdom, but it's taking everything in me to defend my town from everyone declaring war. Oh, ouch. I know how that is. I know how that is. Oh, wow. Oh, totally worth it. Watch your videos more than Netflix or whatever else. Oh wow, I gotta say, I really appreciate that. That is super nice of you. I really appreciate it. Hey Reform, has been watching you since high school. I remember your old Warhammer playthroughs quite fondly. Oh, I love those. The Goblin one, especially with the ball and chain, I thought that was always extremely fun for it to just see this small, green, mean-looking goblin with a huge ball and chain just running around murdering everyone. I thought that was a lot of fun. Obviously, we had a bunch of different series in that regard, but yeah, the Goblin one I think was really fun. So that's cool. Anyway, yeah, we actually won that, obviously, because I was against Risa. She's obviously not going to be very pleased with me right now, but, you know, it's alright, it's alright, you know, hopefully she'll forgive me. And, wait a minute, we have thrown weapons. Okay, where's... Are they seriously throwing axes from all the way across the arena? Yes, indeed they are. That is hilarious. Okay, I'm just going to let them fight it out. Hopefully they're not going to gang up on me, because generally they do tend to do that. So, yeah, that's going to be a bit of an issue. Let me actually just wait. I'm just going to wait for them to duke it out, and then we'll see exactly what I can do about this. Here we go. Oh, that was... Okay. That's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. That's fantastic. Okay. How late are you? Kill counter. You are not late at all. We just started. I had some technical issues at the beginning, but it was okay. I fixed them. Or... they magically disappeared. Is there any advice you can give to a fellow live stream? Unfortunately, I actually have no idea because I am very new to live streaming myself. So I'd say just try to keep it up. You know, just try to be consistent. That's kind of how to do it, I guess. I know you don't want a lot of mods for these streams, but someone did upload an updated version of Chaos' Tweaks. Ah, okay, yeah, that's the thing. The one thing I wanted to do with this particular series was just to not have mods that can significantly change how much experience you get or how much renown or whatever, because I wanted to have a bit more of a bit more solidarity with the console players, because they don't obviously have access to mods, and while I have installed 2 mods, they are pretty minimal in their impact. They just make things a little easier for me specifically, but they don't really increase experience or whatever. So yeah, but I appreciate you letting me know about that, by the way, Zero. Thank you very much, because yeah, I love that mod. I think that mod is fantastic. Anyway, here we go. Let's do... Oh no, don't give me a spear. Are you serious? They gave me a spear? This is bad. Okay, this is real bad. Maybe I can just do some pokey. There we go, pokey. Come on, can we actually kill this guy? Yes, thank you. Okay, that is all I wanted to do. Now we are absolutely fine. There we go. Please don't give me something like this in the next round. That would not be pleased. No, well, should we say that would not be pleasant. I would not be pleased, but that would not be pleasant. Yes, indeed. Yeah, okay. Let me just see what's going on here. That's a cute ponytail on your character. Yeah, that's actually part of the helmet, I believe. I think it's one of the first times that I've had this kind of helmet, to be honest. I started watching you from the Gekukujo mod, and man, was the series great. I agree. I loved that series. That was literally one of the times where I would be working very close with the mod creator himself, and I obviously didn't do anything in regards to contributing to the mod's development itself. He was doing everything in that regard, but I was obviously making videos on it, and I was giving feedback, and my viewers at the time, obviously, you might remember that, were giving feedback on it as well, and he was changing things from that, and he created this wonderful siege mechanic, which I absolutely love to this day. It was amazing. I always love the fact that throwing axe inside the head does not result in death in tournaments. Well, thankfully in that previous round it did, but yeah, I know what you mean. What game version are you using? Why don't you use the Dismemberment mod? When I played with the Dismemberment mod beforehand, I did suffer a couple of crashes. I think that was primarily due to the Dismemberment mod at the time, so I'm a little bit wary of it. But I am playing on the release version of Bannerlord. I don't know what it's really called, but probably 1.0 or something like that, or 2.0 or whatever it is, but yeah. I'm playing on the release version at the moment. There we go. And that was easy because this guy's just a bowman. Yeah, no problem at all there. Let me have a look here. Take your time with live streams, don't stress over it. Yeah, absolutely. indeed. Daniel says, will you please do a playthrough with wildlings in Game of Thrones? I saw that you can get giants somehow. Yes, indeed. I believe you can get giants, and they are apparently amazing. I've heard a lot about them. Creating a character as a giant does provide some issues, I believe, as well. So that might not be something that I'll do. I might not, you know, make a giant, but I will definitely try to recruit some giants, that's for sure. But I do have a wildling series, by the way. If you're actually wanting to check out a Game of Thrones mod where I actually play as a wildling and try to kind of use their units and things like that, then there is one. I think I made 41 episodes on it. It's in World of Ice and Fire, I think it is. World of Ice and Fire, the mod. And that's obviously a warband mod, so if you're not interested in warband, then obviously it's not for you, but maybe you'll like it. I don't know. Maybe you've already seen it. Who knows? Sped Unicorn. Wow, good to see you streaming. Yeah, thank you very much, and I'm glad to see you here. Grimaldus, hello, hello, friend, and welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Yeah, I would love it if console could get mod support. That would be amazing. I think that generally consoles have always been without that kind of thing for a while, and I just think it would be amazing to have just moderated mods, if you know what I mean. So obviously something that's in collaboration with the actual developers of the game, because then you kind of have a bit more control over that, and it's a little bit more official, as it were, you know. So there's less chances for things to go wrong, you know what I mean. So it's just a little bit easier for everyone involved. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's going to happen, maybe it won't. I don't know, but hopefully it will. Yeah, yes, the great Pokey Pokey. Anyone else spawn into sieges with barely any troops? Yeah, that might be a battle advantage issue. Ethan, that might be a battle advantage problem where you're just severely outnumbered, and in which case then you will probably not have that many units in there. That could be that could be it. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of situation you're in, but that might be it. Skyrim has mods on the console, really? Oh, okay, yeah. I think that's because of the what is it now? The Creation Club or something like that, right? I think so. And that's what I'm talking about, that kind of thing, you know, moderated mods through, like, you know, the developer's own store or something like that, but obviously not paid or anything. But yeah, anyway, we're just going to go over here to the village and see what's going on. Yamada, good evening, welcome. Nice to see you. And yeah, here we go. All right, I'm just going to wait here, because obviously we do need to wait here for the poachers to appear out of nowhere. Oh, it was about equal, Ethan says, about the siege. Oh, okay, that's interesting then. I have no idea why that would actually happen. That's kind of perplexing. I wouldn't know what to say about that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe did they have more? I mean, that's the thing. If this was Warband, I'd be saying, did they have more tactics skill? You know, but no, that's not how it works in this one. Anyway, we're actually going to be taking Deflect instead of Basher. Don't see the point of taking Basher right now. Personally prefer Deflect in this case. And we're going to be fighting the poachers. There we go. All right, what? Where am I? Where did I spawn? I spawned all the way in the... Oh, wow, this is terrible. Okay. Yeah, this is not looking particularly good. I'm not a big fan of fighting at night, because generally it is going to be difficult for you to see. It's going to be difficult for me to see, and, well, the enemy is going to have a very easy time of headshotting me. Let's just say that. That's not going to be too good. Yeah, indeed, Sean. Yeah, console modding also has strict rules about only using assets the game uses, which is why the mods for console Skyrim and Fallout 4 are very limited compared to PC. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is indeed very true. And but that's the point. That's the kind of thing that I'm thinking of, you know, with Chaos's tweaks, for example. I don't think it really uses anything unofficial, as it were, you know. I mean, like, you know, assets and things like that. I think it just changes the quality of life of various settings and stuff like that. So, you know, there are no unique models or anything. So that's the reason why I think Chaos's tweaks would be pretty much a perfect mod to incorporate. I mean, even if the developers of Bannerlord collaborated with the Chaos's Tweaks developers, and they just had them incorporate it. You know, they just hired them to incorporate the mod into the game itself as a native base. That would be pretty cool, in my opinion, but, well, you know, not sure whether that will happen. Yeah, anyway. Let's take these prisoners. This is actually going to be pretty fantastic because they are going to give me some leather. And leather, as you can see, sells for 241 at Varchek. If you're lucky, by the way, if you do this poacher quest, sometimes you can get up to 7 or 8 pieces of leather, and you're looking at around 2,000 gold in profit. So it can very, very wildly vary, of course, but it is pretty awesome if you can actually get that happening. Okay, so there you go. We were able to achieve a victory there, which is kind of nice. So let me actually catch up on some of the questions here if I actually missed any. Oh yeah, I also agree on the Pendor getting made for Bannerlord. I think that would be amazing. Cannot wait for that. If it's actually happening, I think it is, right? Is it? I think it is, surely. I hope it is. How goes the legacy of the bear tilt? Well, we just got couch lanced in a tournament. And that was not fun. That was not fun. It was amusing, but it was not fun. So hopefully we'll maybe do a little bit better next time I'm in a tournament. I mean, I did just win one, but I'd like to win a tournament that actually has a noble horse for a reward. That would be amazing. So much money there. And Sean says, I'm using the dismemberment mod and haven't crashed with 1.0 yet. Oh, okay. Well, that's great. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I might end up incorporating that into this series then. I hear that the giants work similarly to the trolls in the Lord of the Rings mod for Warband. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, yeah. I mean, they're massive, aren't they? They're really, really large. Ooh, Bandit base. Okay, this is perfect. I think I will want to do this. Yeah, this sounds like a good idea. Sounds like... Oh, what? It was... Oh, okay, never mind. It's actually a lot closer than I thought. I thought this was the one they were talking about, but it's actually some Sea Raider thing. Alright. There's a partial fix for it, apparently. Okay. So any mods that I should get on 1.0? Well, apparently the... apparently someone says the Chaos Tweaks update is crashing for them. Okay. Well, there might be something else under a different listing potentially on the Nexus, but I wouldn't know because I obviously haven't downloaded it or anything like that. Oh no, Damien, that's terrible. Oh, I know the pain. I know the pain. You said I just did 2 tournaments with 2 noble horses and got wrecked by a 2-handed axe twice. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Yeah, I know the pain, as you've just seen. Maybe a little bit of time ago, maybe you saw that. I got couch lanced in the back. Read in the comments of the mod, several settings in Chaos's Tweaks will crash because he hasn't had a chance to fix all of them. Yeah. I actually noticed that with my Realm of Thrones playthrough, I did have to disable a couple of things, like for example, party speed. I had to disable anything to do with movement speed, party speed on the world map and things like that. That is something that was causing me to have crashes, so maybe that would help someone out there as well. Spooks says, I'm playing the Game of Thrones mods right now, and I find it very empty. I hope they update it to the release version. As far as I'm aware, there is going to be a new version of Realm of Thrones that will be coming out in November, which obviously is this month. So hopefully that's going to be something pretty cool. I'm sure it will be. And we're going to just take in these guys. I think the default selections here should be pretty fine for us. Let's have a look-see here. Hello, my lord. This made my day that I'm able to watch this. Missed the last one due to sleep. Hello, Jackalish, and welcome to the stream. I'm pleased that you're here as well. I hear the workshop settings will crash at 2. Yeah. As far as I'm aware, smithing as well might actually do that if you tick the unlock all recipes or something like that. But I think it's been like that for a while. Okay, well, I do have a bow, so let me actually see if I can do something. Oh, never mind. They all have... Yes, never mind. Okay, they all have shields. I forgot that they're not forest bandits. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me with your thrown weapons. They're going to murder me with headshots. Let me just try and avoid that. Thank you. Okay, so I think I should probably just go all out. We'll just go all out here with my two-handed axe. There doesn't seem to be a reason for me to be stealthy with my bow or anything like that, although maybe it would actually give me some good skill. I'm not sure. But it seems like my forces are just completely steamrolling everyone right now. But I do have to be a little bit careful about that. You see that? This guy's literally trying to snipe me right now, but thankfully my... What's going on with these Botanian Fiat champions? They're just running in here because I haven't told them to shoot their bows. Oh dear. They're always defaulted to holding fire whenever they go into a bandit hideout, because of course you probably want to, you know, do some stealthy maneuvers. But then I always forget, if I have a pure archer army, I always forget to remove that order. But thankfully it seems like they're actually doing fine. Shall I use super speed? I think I'll use super speed. Let's just get everyone running around here. Let me actually go inside here if there are any people. Yep. Hello there, sirs. I'm sorry to bother you. There we go. He's dead. Oh, that was some damage. Okay, thank you. Very nice indeed. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I love this two-handed axe, I gotta say. I really, really enjoy this two-handed axe. Super, super pleased that we were able to get this. Really increases my overall enjoyment of the whole thing, which is really strange to me, because usually I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, you know what, I need to get a good weapon, but I got a good weapon so early on that I'm just having a whale of a time. Absolutely amazing. Any loot mods that work on 1.0? I actually wouldn't know about that. I don't think I've used any looting mods. Actually, I have. There was one that I used that was really, really fun, which was... What was it now? It was the one where you execute lords and you get their gear. I think that was really, really fun. I think that was in the Sturgian Viking series, potentially. I'm not sure. Anyway. Oh yeah, Yo Kiwi, dude, imagine Viking Conquest, but in Bannerlord. Yeah, that would be awesome. I love the espionage in that, being able to, what is it now? Sabotage the water and poison the food supplies and so on and so forth. I think that's always super fun. Simon says, been in a lot of tournaments facing nobles at the end. We all we all know how block crazy they can be. Found out if you block their attacks and then kick instead of swinging, you land more hits, and it's not a block fest. Yeah. I think you actually told me that in the previous stream, but I'm very bad at that. I gotta say, I'm very bad at it. So I will try it, but we'll see. Vlandian tournaments, they have a specific cavalry two-handed axe. It works well on foot as well. Oh, okay, cool. I'm looking forward to maybe trying out some things. But let me see if I can actually win this. I think we should be fine. My forces seem to be absolutely murdering everything. Okay, I basically did nothing. Right. Oh well, that's how it. That's how it usually goes. That's how it usually goes. But I am getting 5.2 influence, which is quite nice. And I should probably go and recruit some more Botanians, shouldn't I? Because I'm... What is this? Look at that. A Huskarl decorated mail shirt. This is actually really good. Actually, I might even decide to use this instead of my current one. Yep, it does suggest that I use it. So that's exactly what I'll do. And then I'll give Risa my old rugged scale armor. That seems pretty nice. And otherwise, then we can move on. And there's 3,000 gold for us. Very nice indeed. You should know the axe. It is the Blackheart axe. Oh, okay. Oh, that's great. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Well, then I'm very, very pleased that I actually got that. Because, yeah, that's such a fun one. It really is. Ooh, extortion by deserters. I would like to do this. We just have to wait here for some time. And, yeah, I am actually going to be making my way back to Botanian territory. I think I might actually try to go into, I was going to say Saranid territory. Why do I continue? I don't know what it is, but I continually think that the Aserai are the Saranids. I don't know why. But whatever the case, I should go into Aserai territory and maybe try to do a couple of herding quests, because the herding quests over there are always amazing. They're very, very lucrative. So maybe we want to do something like that, but I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, Isaac, I'm sorry. Well, here I am. Here I am. I'm I'm here now. But yeah, it's good to see you here. Oh yeah, no problem at all. Pondi. I have no idea how to say your name. I'm sorry, but yeah. Thank you very much for watching and for coming along. Yeah, it has to be the yellow that the Azariah and Saranid use. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yep. That must be it. Hilarious. Okay, are my people actually dying right now? Or are my people literally just... Are these the villagers that are running in and dying right here? I think they might be. That might be the case. Okay, well, if we can just eliminate these fellas, I shouldn't be too bad. Oh, there we go. Nice. Yeah, it seems like the villagers are actually running in, so I don't need to worry about them too much, I guess. I'm always very surprised when this axe cannot one-shot enemies, but obviously it's just due to my speed bonus, I assume. Where are my forces coming? Okay, they're coming in now. Yeah, I probably should have just told my forces to charge, all things considered, but yeah, well, you know how it is. Sometimes I'm looking at chat, you know, I'm looking at chat and things can happen, but it's okay. The villagers are probably going to be very pleased that we have saved the, saved the one of them out of the 20 that ran in here. Something like that. I'm actually not entirely sure. Wait a minute. How many? Yeah, as you can see, very few people. Ooh, that's kind of harsh. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like we are judged too badly in regards to that, but yes. Anyway, wait a minute. What did I want to do here? I wanted to go for the wildlings, right? So we want to go for skirmishers. Yes. Skirmishers are good, and we'll go for heavy axemen as well. Let's get a bunch of this. Oh, we got a new horse? Really? Oh, look at that. New horse. Apparently this horse is better than the one I was using. Alright, well, that's good to know. Risa doesn't have any riding skill. I'm actually really surprised about that, considering she is supposed to be a trader. Would have expected her to have riding skill, but apparently she doesn't. Anyway, we can now go in and speak to this fellow. I'm actually not going to ask for any money, because I think I have enough money right now. I've got 50,000. I think that's okay. And I'd rather just have the relation increase and renown and so on and so forth. Okay, let me actually have a look-see here. Aha, oh, Yamada. When it comes to vanilla Bannerlord, what quality of life updates would you like to see? Okay, well, quality of life updates. Well, as I said before, I'm not sure if you were here for that, but as I said before, I would love to see Chaos's tweaks be incorporated into the base functions of the game, just purely in the base functions. Just go into, you know, the options menu or whatever, and then you have all these crazy customizations and everything. That would be very, very nice. I'd love to see that. But quality of life improvements, do you mean anything specific? Let me know. I do have a bit of a delay, so just let me know what you mean about what kind of quality of life improvements are you referring to. I'm going to sell all my prisoners, I guess. There doesn't seem to be any reason to keep them around. I do want to level my roguery skill. I should probably try to... You know what I should try to do? I should try to break out some of the Khuzait... Oh, they're actually at war against the Azariah. Oh, okay, so me going down there is not actually going to work. But, yeah, I should probably try to break some of the Azariah... some of the Khuzait out of prison. That would be very, very useful for my roguery skill. If I can actually make it work, of course. So it might not even happen, but yeah, we'll see. Let me have a look. See here, Noah. I am playing with 2 mods. You can check out the description. I've linked them there. They're very unintrusive. So if you're playing on console, I'm basically playing on the same version there. Am I the only one slightly disappointed that horses aren't faster than they are? I think. I'm not sure. I think it would be kind of cool to get something that maybe is about 60 speed. I'm not entirely sure if there is a horse like that. 60 or 70 speed would be kind of fun. There's a mod I found I would recommend to you and everyone else too. Immersive Sergeant. They actually have sergeants in each formation. Shout your orders. Oh, that's very atmospheric. Oh yeah, indeed. Oh yeah, that's very cool. Anyone know the relation? required with your wife to have a kid, says Frank. I'm not actually sure. I don't think, from my experience, I don't think you need any relation. I don't think there is a relation requirement, but maybe Captain Weeb knows more than I do. I'm not entirely sure, because whenever I have married anyone in this game, I have always just been able to conceive children straight away. There hasn't been any delay on that, even when I had -5, I believe, with one of them. So, I mean, that could be a previous version. You've got to bear in mind. That could be a previous version. Might be something that I'm not too aware of in the full version. So, might just be that instead. But yeah, Isaac says, do you plan to use Twitch at some point? That's the thing. As far as I'm aware, Twitch might actually make the stream quality a little better. But then I have the issue of transferring the VOD over here, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that just yet. I'm kind of finding it pretty fun to stream on YouTube at the moment, but never say never. Let's just say that. Never say never. Who knows? All right, these tasks are not looking particularly good. Shall I get some Empire units? Let's get some. Okay, yeah, the two that we can recruit from there. Yeah, fantastic. 1, really? Getting terrible things. Okay, so obviously the Khuzait are now encroaching upon the Azerai, so that's not particularly good. There's a claim, actually charm perk to make your character more likely to have kids. Yes, that is one of the first ones, I believe. That could be quite useful. Yeah, Damien says, yeah, wait in the town for a week or two and your wife will get pregnant unless she's barren. Yep, that might happen. I had a kid on the release version with 0 relation. I got married and waited in the city for 8 days. Says Spooks. Yeah, indeed. That's the experience that I've had most of the time, where I've basically just been like, okay, well, we're married now, so this is great, and there you go. I think that's probably pretty nice and simple, but yeah, who knows. Oh, escort caravan mission. Okay, this is going to be great. If we can make this work, then I'm going to be very pleased. There is a companion here, but he's kind of not looking particularly good. There is also a tournament going on here, so we've got a whole bunch to do. But before we head in, I'm just gonna respond to Yamada. You said anything you'd like changed in the combat mechanics, trade mechanics, maybe a more realistic morale system. Okay. Okay, so diplomacy is the thing that I'm mostly really wanting here, because diplomacy, I am part of a kingdom, so I can actually look at the diplomacy screen. But if you take a look at the diplomacy screen, just by clicking on some of these things, you see this is all I have available. Obviously, I am a mercenary, right? I am a mercenary, so I don't really have many options. But when I am a vassal, it's the same. I have the same exact options, which is really sad, but obviously as a mercenary I can't actually implement any of those. So what I would love to see is things like, I don't know, being able to overthrow your ruler and things like that. For example, there is, or used to be at least, I'm not sure if it's been updated, but there used to be a mod by the name of Diplomacy. I mean, you know, it's pretty obvious what it does, of course. I'm not sure if it's actually, you know, been updated or anything. But this mod used to be amazing because I think it was in my Vlandian Knight? I can't remember what it was called now, but my Vlandian series, where I actually overthrew the leader of Vlandia. I literally deposed him. I basically deposed him because I had more support from everyone in the faction, and they made me the leader of the faction, and so then I basically took over Vlandia, pretty much. And as far as I'm aware, you're not able to do that in the base game. So I'd love to see more diplomatic options in that regard. I'd love to see more, you know, kind of things like subterfuge. Oh, and Damien says diplomacy has been updated. Great, look at that. Yeah, see, the modding community is coming through once again. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, really, really wonderful. But yeah, I would love to see something done with the diplomacy system. The siege mechanics, I would love to see more varied ways, shall we say, to solve sieges. So I'm talking about, you know, when you go into a siege, you have what do you have? What options do you have usually? You build some ranged siege, right? Build some ranged siege, so trebuchets, catapults, whatever you want to do. You build a battering ram, siege tower, or you can just go straight on in with a siege ladder, and that's basically it. You don't have any other options. I'd love to see other options like poisoning the water, like I mentioned earlier, like for example in Viking Conquest and Britain Water. I'd love to see those kinds of things. What else did you say? You were talking about trade mechanics. Yes, trade mechanics. I would love to see the caravans actually give you trade experience. As far as I'm aware, they don't give you trade experience. I could be wrong about that, but I used to have to use a mod to be able to make the caravans give me trade experience. And later on, don't even get me started, later on when you get to about 250, maybe even when you get to 200, 225 in trade skill, and even while I was using Chaos's tweaks at the time, and you can check this out in the Trader Lord series, the Pelosaur series, only 15 episodes. I conquered the entirety of Calradia in 15 episodes, or 16 or something like that. And it still took me a huge amount of time. I don't even know how many caravans running at once, 5 or 6 caravans running at once. They were all giving me trade experience, and they were the only reason I actually made it to 300 trade skill. Without them, trading is very difficult to get to the final perk. So having that additional trade experience mod and the ability to, you know, actually earn trade experience through caravans, without that, it would be very difficult, if not impossible, to actually get to the maximum. To get to what is it now? Everything has a price. Yeah, everything has a price. That's the perk that everyone wants to get. And yeah, so trade mechanics in that regard would be fantastic. I'm not sure if they fix that, because it does say on the trade skill description that to level it up, you hire caravans. But as far as I'm aware, the mod that I had basically just took into account the profits that a particular caravan would make, and then it would give you trade skill. So I think that would be really cool. That would be, you know, just really nice to have incorporated into the base game, because imagine you're playing on console and you want to actually play a trading character. It's going to be impossible to get to 300 unless you spend a lot of time. You're going to need a lot of time, and you're going to need to be very, shall we say, economically minded, and more economically minded than I am, at least. But yeah, I think that would be nice. Oh, you said Yamada says, imagine having siege mechanics like Shadow Mordor, being able to send spies into weakened defenses. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'd love to see that kind of espionage happen behind the scenes, rather than just the straight up, you know, we're going to build some siege and then we're just going to go straight on in there. I think that having those options would be the greatest benefit to siege mechanics in general. What else did you mention? You were talking about more realistic morale system. I think the morale system is actually okay. I don't think that's terribly bad. I would like to see more ways that you can demoralize the opponent, because from what I can tell so far, pretty much the only way you can demoralize people is by getting many kills in quick succession, and that's absolutely fine and everything. I mean, of course, you know, you're probably, I mean, you know, if you're completely murdering the opponent, then of course, you know, it should stand to reason that their morale is going to plummet. But it would be really nice to have different ways of doing that. You know, I think in Britain Water, they actually did this as an extension of siege mechanics, where you could fling the decapitated heads, okay, bit morbid, yes, I know, but you could fling the decapitated heads of your opponent over the walls, and that would actually reduce the enemy's morale. As far as I'm aware, I seem to remember that, but I might be misremembering in some way or another. But that is something that I thought, hey, you know what, that's actually a pretty cool mechanic. all things notwithstanding, because obviously, you know, it's a bit morbid, but I think it would be cool to be able to do that again, potentially. Yeah. Andre, great to be here. Good night, and thanks for the stream. Thank you. Oh, thank you for joining. Thank you. And have a good night, have a good sleep, or wherever you are. And yeah, Grimaldus says, is starvation a thing for the besieged city? Yes, it is. It is. I haven't actually tried that in a long time. I think you know what? We should try that. I'm actually going to try that. Next time I'm in a siege, whether no matter what, whether I'm doing Realm of Thrones or whether I'm doing this series or something like that, I should really check out the starvation mechanics, because that's something that has been a thing for a while, and I used to do it a lot, but then I found that the starvation was not actually affecting the particular fief as much as it should be. This was a long time ago that I tried it, of course, so maybe they fixed that kind of thing for a while, but that would be pretty cool. So Grimaldus, yeah, I'm gonna try that actually. Thank you for reminding me, because I actually forgot about that. So that's nice. Fake says, I wish that the morale system was a little harder, but with extra options to increase morale, like there was in Warband. I mean, yeah, to be fair, yes, you are 100% correct about that, because the morale system, if you're talking about outside of battles, it's not really that bad. It doesn't affect you that much, you know. Oh, I see what you mean, Yamada. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Oh, Damien, oh, look at that. Welcome to the Knight rank. Yes, the Knight rank of Reformia. Very, very appreciate that. That is super nice of you. And I hope you enjoy your little badge that you got there. And it's going to upgrade over time. It is. And then you will have, well, maybe you will have the same icon that Grimaldus has at some point. Yeah, that's the golden crown, the longest duration that I have at the moment. Maybe I need to upgrade those, actually. Might need to add some extra ones. But yeah, I love the siege mechanic in Warband mods. It's so much more interesting than just sitting there waiting. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the point. I think Gecko Kujo got it the most correct. I think that was super fun. You know, fighting through the streets and everything. Anyway, Yamada says, my apologies. By oh, so you mean morality? Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, you mean morality. I'm referring to karma, like your character can be guilty of crimes and war crimes. Oh, okay, yes, absolutely. 100% agree with you right there. I would love to see more criminality in general. I mean, obviously, if you're on PC, you can download the Forbury mod, and the Forbury mod does enable you to do a variety of things in a criminal way. You can have a bandit hideout or a criminal hideout of some kind, and you can have a bunch of illegal businesses and so on and so forth. And generally, it's a pretty well fleshed out mod, but I'd love to see more of that. I'd love to see like a criminal underworld kind of element. And I seem to remember actually that the Bannerlord developers were thinking of adding more criminality to the overall game experience. So maybe they're actually going to do something about that. But yeah, I would love to see more of that. I'm not sure what kinds of things, but I'd like to see something more, because you see these guys right here, right? These are the criminals. They're the gang leaders and everything. And obviously with the Forbury mod, you can take over these areas that these fellows have. So you can go in there, you can fight them, you can take them down, and then you can take control of those areas and then continually fight over them. And they're going to give you money over time and so on. So if you are playing on PC, then I'd highly recommend getting the Forbury mod, but obviously if you're playing on console, you don't have that ability, which is really sad. But yeah, but I would definitely like more criminality to be included, you know, where you can potentially become like a crime lord and everyone wants a piece of you, and yeah, you're kind of on the run, and you know, I don't know, the vassals send bounty hunters and things like that after you. I think that might be kind of cool. Scum and Villainy is actually very outdated as far as I'm aware. I think it was for 1.6 or 1.4 or something. I don't know. It's a long time ago. Not entirely sure. Let me have a look-see here. We're going to do the escort caravan mission in just a second. I'm just taking a look at chat right now. You need a decent army to pull it off, as you need to wait it out, especially if they have so much food. You run the risk of being attacked by the faction. Yeah, indeed. It would be a good idea to have... maybe be a bit strategic in choosing the target, I suppose. Maybe. Maybe something like that. I'm not sure. Damien says, I've been watching since 2012. Whoa, yeah, that's true. I think it's about time I pledged myself as a knight. Yes, and yeah, well, I very much appreciate that. And yeah, here's hoping you you upgrade your badge and you get to the knight level, because there's actually a knight there. You know, it's I think the next one along. I think the next one along. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, do you have any thoughts on if DLCs for Bannerlord are possible for the future? Yeah, they have said, I think... Didn't they say that they're not thinking about any DLC at the moment, but I would assume that they will definitely be coming up with some. So I'm looking forward to that, but I think I'm maybe more looking forward to seeing whether they introduce more quality of life improvements, extra mechanics and things like that, because the modding community themselves will probably be coming out with things that are total conversions. And I'm obviously talking about mods that are in the Star Wars universe, mods that are in the Warhammer universe, in the various original creations like Pendor and for example, the Land of Seeker, because obviously I had a wonderful series playing in the Land of Seeker. Super fun to play in that. And oh no, please let me get it. Oh, I got in there just in time. Whew, that was close. All right, that is pretty harsh. Yeah, they are doing post-release content first, and then they're going to be thinking about DLC, I believe, after that. If they do introduce that sort of criminality, the first playthrough needs to be an Illuminati run. I think it would be so cool, actually, to have that kind of thing happen, where you're pretty much purely a crime boss of some kind, and you have, I don't know, henchmen that can go around and do their very own thing. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe you could incorporate something like Distinguished Service, and then you could have troops that get upgraded into companions, and then you could create those companions and promote them into higher echelons within your organization, and you wouldn't necessarily be a faction, but let's just say that then in the end you'd be some, I don't know, massive entity that would just be wanting to be stopped by pretty much every faction, and they'd all try to hunt you down, and you'd have all kinds of different tools to ambush them and so on, and it would just be a little bit less open warfare and more, you know, working in the shadows. I think that would be pretty awesome. You know, for example, with assassinations, I'd love to have that kind of mechanic as well, because imagine it, you're running away from, you know, this vassal or something, and you're planning on assassinating him. You've set up an ambush, then all of a sudden you draw him into the forest, and then you spring your ambush on him, and you go into this unique scene where you have to, I don't know, it's kind of like a bandit hideout, I guess, kind of like the bandit hideout, but this guy is on alert. He knows you're coming for him, and you kind of have to, I don't know, kind of have to go through there and try to kill him yourself or something. I don't know. This is all just brainstorming random thoughts in my head right there about that, but I think that could be kind of cool. You know, assassinating enemy vassals would be something that I think would be kind of cool and fun. Obviously you can't execute them already, but you know, just adding a little bit of extra expansion to that system. So that might be kind of cool. Anyway. Oh no, the weather. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I am so sorry to hear that. The weather app just popped up with heavy rain at 6 a.m. Looks like I'm going to get soaked walking to work. Oh, do you have an umbrella? Maybe you have an umbrella. If you do have an umbrella, then maybe that would be the way to go. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Out of my registered 1,400 hours on Warband, I can guarantee you 900 of those hours were sunk in Pendor. Oh, yeah, I love Pendor. Absolutely fantastic. As I say, anytime someone asks me, oh yeah, you know, what are your favorite mods? I always have to mention Pendor, no matter what. And even if it was one of the hardest experiences that I've ever had, because let's face it, you know, back in the day when I first started playing Pendor, which was in 2012, 2013, when I was still very new, okay, still very new to the whole aspect of Warband, I I started my series on Pendor, not knowing anything about it, and I just had an incredible time. It just really draws you in. That world is so incredibly deep, and it's surprisingly deep as well, because there's so many little hidden things that you can do, you know, the Qualis gems and creating the rune weapons and the various factions, because there's a lot of different minor factions as well as the major factions being completely reworked, and it's just, yeah, pretty cool. As far as I'm aware, you should be able to add the Forbury mod in the middle of a save, but I would recommend checking the documentation on the download page. I'm not sure, because I don't think it adds anything specific. I think it might add some units, but you then might not be able to uninstall it. Sean, hopefully that's helpful. As I say, I played it a long time ago, and I started it from the beginning of the series, so I wouldn't know whether you can, you know, implement it straight away, in the middle, that is. There's a mod called Take Bandit Hideouts, if I recall correctly, which was really fun during a bandit run. You could take over bandit hideouts and send out your own bandit parties. Yeah, I seem to remember, actually, there is something, well, should we say, there was something like that for me a long time ago. I created this series, I think it's, what was it called again? I think it was called something like, it was something like Bannerlord. I know I've had, I think, 2 different series that are called Bannerlord or something like that. But this was the first Bannerlord. Let me actually just have a look-see here. Let me I'm actually just gonna search for this right now, because I'm interested. I want to see. Yeah, there it is, Bannerlord. I made 15 episodes on this thing, and this is using a mod that allows you. Oh no, you're gonna hear my voice. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. Okay, yeah. But this is it. I'm gonna link it. Should I link it? I don't know whether is that too presumptuous? I don't know. I'm just gonna link it so you can see it. There it is. Yeah. So that's the life as a bandit lord. This was 2 years ago that I created this, by the way, and this is using the. What is it actually using? Yeah, it's using a Bandit Lord specific mod. And this allows you to create things like a bandit hideout, and you can literally create your own units. And eventually it got to a point where I was so incredibly strong because, well, I mean, I'm not going to spoil, but if you want to watch it, that is. Anyway, we're going to be heading into another one here. I'm actually just going to take a quick look, make sure. Yeah, I should really use my bow some more, shouldn't I? I should definitely do that. Let me have a look, see at some of the other questions here, or should we say some of the other comments. Modern UI update for the original Mount and Blade would go a long way. Can't be that hard. That's actually that's actually something that I think might be really cool, because obviously it's been what is it now, 12 years? Yeah, it's been 12 years since Warband came out, and I personally feel like it would be amazing if they actually did kind of like a not like a remastered version, but just kind of brought Warband basically a little bit ahead, in time, and just kind of changed the UI a little bit, and otherwise, maybe updated the graphics. I'm not sure if they could really do that easily. That might be way too much effort, because, let's face it, game development does take a lot of money. It does take a lot of money, and does take a lot of time. So not sure if they could do that, but it would be pretty cool to have something like that happen. Maybe, not sure. Anyway, let's go ahead here. I tried a little while ago. Oh, that is actually what keeps me from playing Warband. I have the game but haven't been able to get into it. is the fact that the party sizes, battle sizes are so small. Oh, Sean, are you talking about Warband? Oh, if you're talking about Warband, there is a way that you can increase the battle sizes, and it's actually pretty easy to do. You can basically just go into your documents, find the, I don't know, what is it called now? The config.txt file or something like that. Yeah, config.txt or something. And you basically just go straight on in there, find battle size, and you just change the modifier for the battle size to whatever you want it to be. And you can have, you know, up to 250, 300, 350, depending on your system and what you can handle, what your PC can handle. But obviously bear in mind, if you increase it too much, then the engine might not be able to handle it, because obviously it is a bit old, and I have faced some crashes and things like that, and obviously the way that enemies spawn and the way that your own forces spawn, especially in sieges, might be a little bit buggy at that regard, because if the battle size is too large, then you're going to be having a lot of units spawn in kind of weird places behind barriers and stuff like that. So yeah, so maybe you want to check that out, Sean. I'm not sure. I mean, if that's the one thing that puts you off, then I actually have a guide on it. I don't want to seem like I'm plugging basically every single video I ever made, but I did make a lot of videos on this thing. But yeah, it is very, very easy to increase battle size, and you can also increase your experience gain through the same kind of process. It's pretty simple to do that. Yeah, so maybe give it a go if you want to. Yeah. Anyway, a little too old school for me. Thought the mechanics were appreciable. I mean, that's the thing, Jesse. Yeah, the old Mount and Blade, I would definitely say, is a little bit... I'm going to say it's got nostalgia. It absolutely has nostalgia. But Warband, I would say, definitely is a lot more polished in many respects. So I would recommend Warband over the original. But obviously that very much depends on what kind of mod you want to play, because as far as I'm aware, one of the Star Wars mods only works on the original version of Mount and Blade, but I obviously could be wrong about that. They might have actually ported it or something. Oh, Simon actually says biggest battle size on a modded Warband setting was World of Ice and Fire. Oh yes, 800 versus 800 with me using Starks. Yeah, so that actually is, yeah, that's a pretty massive battle. That is a pretty massive battle. And I have never been in a battle that large in Warband. I just never wanted to chance that. You know, if I'm making a series, I don't want to, you know, I don't want it to crash or something like that. But yeah, if you're not recording or anything like that, you might be able to do that as well. And then you might have some cool fun. Yamada, oh, it's 3:15 and you have work. Yeah, sleep well, and thank you for joining, and hopefully see you in the next one. Alright, well, we were actually capable of winning this. I am getting more troops taken prisoner, which is actually kind of fantastic, because the more troops we can get, the more chances I might be able to make a tidy profit in the manual laborer quest. I'm going to be going for loose formations. The only reason why I go for loose formations in the tactics tree is purely because I am either, 1, forgetful, or 2, lazy, and I generally don't use tight formations that often, whereas I usually use line, loose formations much more often than I use shield wall. And those are that's basically the only one that I use anyway. I don't use any of the others. So line and loose is usually what I'm going to go for in that regard. There we go. I'll definitely check that one out, because that really is the one thing that was putting me off Warband. I don't mind the graphics. It seems to have a lot more social interactions and roleplay. Yeah. I mean, that's the point. It does have its difficulties. I obviously have a series currently running in Warband, and obviously it does have some issues. Like, for example, I would recommend, if you don't want to be considerably frustrated sometimes, that you download something like Flores or something that doesn't change the map, but makes it possible for you to continue playing your character or continue the battle even if your character is eliminated in said battle. Because as it stands right now, if you get knocked unconscious, it ends. The battle ends, and that can be very frustrating at certain points. So I would recommend downloading something like Florus. I think that would be a pretty fantastic addition. But obviously that's up to you. You can decide whatever you want to go for. Nova Aetus just hit different. Really felt like it was the warband we wanted but didn't deserve. Yeah, Nova Aetus is really good, Adrian. Actually, I agree. I agree on that. Alrighty, so yeah, we do actually have some Pugios here, so I'm actually going to buy a couple more, considering I am still making some good cash, so we might as well do that. And because, I still, yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. My stamina is still extremely low, even though I've been running around for a very long amount of time. It's just because I have to wait and actually rest, which is really funny, because personally I feel like the stamina should increase as you're moving around, but oh well, that's just me. Anyway, yeah, let me see what else is going on here. KS, welcome. Yeah, it's good that you're here. Nice to see you, and I'm glad that you're finally catching one of these streams. Started watching your Eagle Rising like a year ago and watched every playlist since. Great content. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Panda says, oh yeah, the memory. I remember playing the big turtle conversion and getting scared during mid-late game to go into any direct battle, just auto-resolving. Oh wow, okay, well that's very brave to do the auto-resolve, because if you're talking about Warband, that's that is a pretty risky maneuver, or shall we say a brave maneuver, because the auto-resolve in that is a little iffy, you know, it's a little iffy. Anyway, we're going to continue chasing after this caravan. I'm hopeful that maybe we'll pass by some of these villages with iron. There's one over there. I'd like to go over there, but unfortunately that's a bit too much of a detour. So that's not really going to work. Kraken says, I've been watching your 5-year anniversary series. Oh, thank you. Well, that's really good. I like that one. I'm making a 10-year anniversary series at the moment, if you're interested. But they're both cool. And I remember the Roman mod in Warband. That was good. Hope there'll be some more good Roman mods in Bannerlord. Yeah, I agree. I think there will probably be some. That's for sure. I mean, eventually, you know. There's already some great offerings, some really great offerings. I hope some of the best mods get converted to Bannerlord, like Pendor or Warsaw Conquest. Absolutely, yes, absolutely. That is going to be amazing. Cannot wait for. I mean, that's the point. I have no idea whether the developers of Pendor are actually working on a version for Bannerlord. I haven't kept up with that. I don't know any of that that's currently going on. If they're actually working on it even, but it would be amazing if they are. But if they're not, then well, yeah, that's just how it is. Maybe someone else will pick up the torch, as it were. We'll see. Let me see if I can get some headshots here actually as well. I would like to get my bow skill up, but my bow skill at the moment is looking pretty bad. I mean, generally, because this bow is kind of difficult to use. I mean, it's not really that bad in terms of its accuracy and anything, but it's not really capable of killing things that easily. So it's going to be one of those things where I have to get a headshot, or I just have to deal with its accuracy as it goes. I mean, look at that. I shot this guy twice and he's still alive. There we go. Now he's dead. You know, it's one of those things, whenever I'm using a using an archer, or should we say using a bow in an archery fashion in one of these battles, I was thinking to myself, you know what, I've got a massive two-handed axe, why am I not using this? And then I use it, and I'm thinking, look at how much damage I deal with this in comparison. And it's always just like, yeah, so satisfying. I don't know. I mean, look at that. That guy had no idea what even hit him. That was fantastic. Love it. Those kinds of things. Just really enjoy that. See, that's how you know. You know, it's like playing Elder Scrolls or playing a game that you know, levels your skills depending on what you use, and then all of a sudden you think to yourself, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this kind of character, and then you never use that thing. You never use that particular skill because it's just not that enjoyable at that time. But you know that 100% if you spend the time leveling it up, eventually it's going to be super satisfying. For example, archery in this game. Because obviously archery in this game initially is not that fun because it is very inaccurate. But later down the line, whoa, then you're just going to be firing lasers basically. Warsaw Conquest. The Skaven playthrough back then was very fun. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that, Panda. I absolutely loved the Skaven playthrough. Slythe. Yep, Slythe of Skavenblight. He was a really, really fun character to play. Absolutely. Let me see here. What do we want to go for? We're going to go for some more Axemen, I suppose, and we should go some Manavliatons, I think. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. There we are. All right, that's looking fun. All right, let me have a look. See what else is going on here. Oh, you did notice Kraken. Okay, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. Let's continue following this fellow as well. You got good taste in other games too. I've learned about some up-and-coming bangers thanks to your sponsors. The space version of Mana Blade and Bannerlord comes to mind. Ah, yeah. Well, there's a bit of a mixed bag in that regard. Some people are not too pleased with how they do the space combat, because personally I feel like they're doing it okay. Because obviously, if they want to do the style of creating a battlefield out of nowhere because maybe they have that kind of technology available, who knows, right? But I personally would like to see one force land on the other ship in space and actually infiltrate the ship. For example, in Star Wars Battlefront 2, where you do a space battle and you can take your ship through space to the other enemy vessel, and you can then infiltrate and destroy their inner systems and things like that. I think that would be a lot more fun, potentially. So that would be cool. But yeah, I'm glad you're finding some things that you enjoy. A better warband with more focus on progression, evolution, city building, religion, and holy wars. Yeah, Nova Airtus. Yes, indeed. That is that's what's going on there. I remember very vividly going to the Aztec area and starting my faction there every single time, most of the time, whenever they, whenever it was that they implemented the Aztecs, that is, and yeah, it was a lot of fun, to do that. And yeah, Jesse, yeah, there is a Skaven warband, Warsword Conquest or something like that, I believe it was. Yeah, Warsword Conquest, Slythe of Skavenblight. You can check that out. It's still available, I believe. 37 episodes. I'm actually not entirely sure, but yeah, it's in the Warsword Conquest thing where we play a Skaven with a pistol. He's using a Warplock pistol, and we have a bunch of Skaven units, and it's a whale of a time. What is the space game you speak of? I'm speaking of Earth from Another Sun. That is the one that I made a video on recently. But I was also referencing Star Wars Battlefront 2, so it's up to you which one you wanted to know about. But yeah, Earth from Another Sun is the one that I made the video on. I also, to be fair, I also did create videos on Battlefront 2, so yeah, it seems like I make a video on absolutely everything, isn't it? But I don't know, kind of weird. Oh well. Never mind. I mean, I love that game, to be honest. Star Wars Battlefront 2, super, super fun. Oh, really, Jackalish? Oh, okay. You say I'm actually enjoying my crossbow build over the bow. Seems sharper, but probably just me. Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I was actually talking about crossbows versus bows in my 10th anniversary series for Warband. I was talking about that very recently. And I said, yeah, you know what? I think I probably prefer archery. But that's not always the case. I gotta say, sometimes a crossbow can do so much damage and can get you so many headshot kills if you're willing to be patient with it. Because it is inevitably going to have more accuracy over time and also going to potentially have more longevity. Because if you're talking about Warband here, in a siege, it's always going to be crossbows that are going to have more longevity than actual bows, and you've got to make sure that you're just that little bit more purposeful with your shots. So that's the reason why a crossbow would definitely make all the sense. And I did, to be fair, I did mention that maybe I need to upgrade my crossbow in that series, because I'm currently using like a light crossbow or just a regular crossbow, something like that, rather than a siege crossbow. I think a siege crossbow could do so much damage in comparison, so I might have to do that. Don't you just love playing the poking game in a tournament when you and the opponent have a spear and shield, says Damien. I love that you use the emoji. Yes. You use the emoji. I still need to scale these up. I need to find the files for them and just make them a little bit bigger. Yeah, because as you can see, the emoji is not big enough, unfortunately. They would be pretty cool if they were a bit bigger, but yeah, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, 29 prisoners we have. Should I start swapping out the tier 2s and get some more of the tier 4s, tier 3s even? Tier 3s? I think I will do that. So let's do exactly that. There we go. And hopefully we'll be able to find that manual laborer quest. I know I say that every single time we do a stream, but it's true. You know, if you have some prisoners, it's going to be a really good idea to do that. Anyway, let's have a look. Spears for pitch battles, but swords during a siege. Unless the enemy has towers, then a 2-deep line of spears might be useful in that setting. Yeah, that is actually very true. Spears are amazing. They're really, really good for stopping horse charges and things like that. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, here's my opinion on spears. All right, spears in Warband, I really don't miss that. Okay, I do not miss spears from Warband. They were not good. Let's just say that. In my opinion, they were not good. However, in Bannerlord, the spear combat is so much better and so much more fun. Although, to be fair, that's the thing. I'm talking about native Warband here, because obviously there are some mods, and I believe there was a Roman mod that I played, where I played as a Centurion, and also Brittenwalder. Those two mods, the Roman mod, I can't remember what it was called now. I think Eagle Rising. I think it might have actually been called Eagle Rising, actually. Someone mentioned that previously in the stream. So yeah, Eagle Rising and Brittenwalder, they kind of reworked spear combat, and they made it very, very, very fun to play with spears. And yeah, so that's kind of it. Yeah, that's kind of my opinion on it, at least. If you enjoy space games, would you play Outer Wilds? I've heard that it's very good. Tony. I might have to check it out. I have no idea what it's what it's even about, to be honest. I know Outer Worlds. I played Outer Worlds on the channel, which was by Obsidian, the same people that did Fallout New Vegas. And I love them. I think they're a great developer. I love Fallout New Vegas as it is. But yeah, I would definitely consider playing Outer Wilds. As I say, I have no idea what it's even about, so I'll have to take a look at it. I just know that a lot of people say that it's great. Yeah, I do have a Discord. I do have a Discord, but it is very inactive at the moment. It is very inactive. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. I might be getting more into being active on it, but yeah, I've got to do some reworking on it. The whole setup of it was made a long time ago, and I had no idea what was really going on with Discord in general as a program, and so I've got to be a bit more, you know, got to rework things. So I'll keep you posted, okay? I'll keep you posted. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, there is actually a tournament going on here, so maybe it would be a good idea for us to head into that. Sean, did you actually delete a save? Did you actually delete a save? Please tell me no. Oh no, that is terrible. I hope you didn't. I hope you didn't. Did you ever do a Total War playthrough? Okay, Kraken. You're calling me out right now. You're calling me out. Okay, here's the thing. I am really bad at Total War. I don't know what it is, but I am really bad at Total War. And it's kind of strange. I don't know why that is the case, but I am just awful. I really don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, I know that I know that some people recommended that I play some of the older versions of Total War, so not the most recent ones or anything. I did try playing on the channel the first Total War Warhammer, or the second one. I'm not entirely sure which one I did, but suffice it to say, it didn't go the best. It didn't go the best, let's just say that. Yeah, Jesse, 100%. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It does take a bit of practice, and I don't know. I did actually play it for a few hours, and I still had very little success. I'm not sure whether it's just not my thing, or whether I'm just, I don't know, maybe my mind is just not very good for it. I don't know. But I should really try it out again, because it seems like such a cool experience, you know, having these massive armies going against each other and seeing all these units doing their own thing, and the siege warfare as well is quite fun, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of mods for some of the Total War games as well, as far as I'm aware. What is it now? Total War Medieval, something like that, I think has a lot of mods. And Total War Rome, I think, also has a bunch of mods. I could be wrong about that, of course, but there are a lot of really fun ones available. So I should really check it out, to be honest. I should really get a little bit more practiced at it, potentially. Yeah, anyway. Outer Wilds is very good. I recommend going blind without any spoilers. Well, I have no idea about it, so yeah, I will definitely be doing that. The ragdolls in this game are epic and hilarious. Oh, don't even get me started. I love that. I love that, because you are going to be able to fling people across massive distances with thrown weapons later on in the game when you have a significant amount of damage from them. Will you ever play Middle-earth Shadow of War? Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me see here. I'm actually just gonna show you something real fast. I'm searching right now. I'm searching in my browser. Yes. Let me see here. You're gonna hear me again. Let me mute myself. Can I mute? No, don't go to the next episode, you imbecile. There we go. Okay, I don't know why I'm going to the next episode. There we go. Okay, you can hear my my intro music, because I used to have an intro. Yes, I used to have an intro music. Fantastic. Okay, whatever the case, here it is. Boom. Bear, you asked me about Shadow of War. I have a full series on that. I have a full series on it. 92 episodes. I linked it in the chat just now. I absolutely love that game. It is really fun, and I was actually thinking of revisiting it recently. I posted on my community page that I was reminiscing about all of the wonderful adventures that we had at the time in the world, and it was just amazing. It's such a fun experience, it really is. So who knows, maybe I will revisit it at some point. But yeah, it's just getting enough time to do that. But it's such a cool game. It really is. You know, the Nemesis system alone makes it so incredibly interactive and dynamic. And I'd like to play it on a higher difficulty next time as well. Because I think I played it on normal or something. I think I played it on normal. So the orcs were... I mean, they were dangerous, don't get me wrong. They were definitely dangerous. But they didn't really kill me that often, and I think it would be kind of cool if they did kill me a bit more, because then you have, you know, actual threat from these guys, and they can, you know, they can hunt you down and they can ambush you and all that wonderful stuff. So yeah, Bear, it is a personal favorite of mine as well. Absolutely love that. Okay, I've missed a whole bunch now because I was talking about Shadow of War, but, oh, Kraken says, would love to see you try Medieval 2 Total War. It's the definitive Total War. Really? Okay, I will definitely check it out. I actually think I own it. I think I bought a pack a while ago when it was on sale, and I think I own all of the Total War things, so it'd probably be a good idea. And it also apparently has, oh, according to you, it has a Lord of the Rings and a Game of Thrones mod. Okay, I will definitely check that out. Have you thought about Crusader Kings 3? Oh, spooks. Oh, why is everyone... Oh, no, everyone's mentioning all these games that are too big for my brain. Yes, they are... Yeah, they are. They're pretty harsh. They're pretty harsh. Yeah, okay, so Crusader Kings, I love that game. I love the fact that the... I like the concept, but I am so bad at understanding the UI and what is actually going on in the game that I have never made a series on it. I would love to, because I think that the whole way that the game works is amazing, and I think that it could be so incredibly cool to see all the things that happen. Assassinations and affairs and all kinds of political intrigue. I love all that stuff, but it's one of those things that you need to kind of get your head around once again. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. Absolutely. Takes a few hours just to learn the UI. Yeah. Indeed, indeed. Oh, and Jace apparently says that higher difficulty in Shadow of War just kills you when you're stuck in the animation. It's not that fun. Oh, okay. Oh, that's sad. Oh, that's actually pretty sad. Okay. Well, as I say, it's been a long time since I played it, but I don't know. I think it would be cool. Maybe slightly higher difficulty, because as I say, I think I played it on... Did I play it on hard, actually? I'm actually not entirely sure, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe maybe it would be an idea to revisit it. Someone... Wait a minute. Sean, did you say... Oh, yeah, you said, please do revisit Shadow of War. Well, I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. I would love to. I think it would be super fun, but it obviously depends on a variety of things, because it is one of those games that is just... It's so incredibly dynamic that you just get drawn in, you know? And it absorbs your time quite a lot. So I'm not sure. But I think it would be... I think it would be a lot of fun. Y'all are savages. I play Bannerlord on easy, and y'all be playing realistic. I tried that and died 7 hours into the game. Really? You died? I've never died in this game. I don't know why. I get killed all the time in battles, and I've never had a character actually die. That is very unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that, but yeah, it is. It can be pretty harsh. I gotta say that. I usually tend to play on half damage for my own character and everything else on the maximum, because personally for me, I don't find it that fun if I get, you know, headshot from across the map and die instantly, or die in the actual battle. That can be very frustrating. Yeah, so there's that. Otherwise, the fact that the Nemesis system is trademarked so no one else can use it, then they've never done... Oh, yeah. Then they've never done anything with it since is such a buzzkill, says Nanolis. Yeah, 100%. I agree. It is very sad. I actually thought to myself, you know what? Maybe they're actually working with Monolith to create another game in the Middle Earth franchise. I thought maybe they're just keeping it on the down low, you know? Maybe they're keeping it quiet. But no, I don't think so. I don't think they're going to do that, which is really sad because I love the Nemesis system, but Warner Brothers, I don't know what's going on with them. I mean, they're doing some really weird stuff with all their streaming services right now as well. I don't know whether you've heard about that, but a lot of animated TV shows and various other people are losing their livelihoods just because what was it again? Warner Brothers Discovery or something like that? Yeah, I think Warner Brothers Discovery is starting to do some weird stuff with all their stuff. I don't know, they were trying to save money or something and then they ended up losing 2.1 billion or something like that. I don't know the specifics surrounding it, but Warner Brothers does some weird stuff, let's just say that. And they are the ones obviously that own the property on the Nemesis system, I suppose. So that's really bad. But yeah. Crusader Kings Crusader Kings, or as some may call it, the Incest Challenge. I feel the same with Hearts of Iron and similar games. I just have no idea what's going on. Oscar, you and me both. You and me both, 100%. Map travel speed easy because I hate taking 20 years to travel from place to place. Oh yeah, actually, I didn't even realize that that was actually a thing. Maybe I should put that on as well. I've learned to live with using the crouch button. Oh, yeah, I mean, you can crouch, but does that actually help that much? I wouldn't have thought it would help you that much in a field battle when you're, you know, on a horse or something like that. I don't know. That's what I'm mostly talking about. You know, getting headshot from across the map, you know, with a thrown weapon or something like that would be pretty harsh. You should put out 4 videos of a different game a day. Jackalish, if I could, I would probably try to do that. That would be a lot of fun. I mean, generally, if I'm playing games that I enjoy, then I'm all good with that. But obviously, it very much depends on time constraints as it is. Anyway, we have a caravan ambush. Let's see if we can do this. We just have to follow them until they're attacked by the raiders, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I did this right this time, because last time I did an escort, well, not an escort, but a caravan ambush. I did it really badly, and I basically just stood in one place waiting for the bandits to arrive, and they never arrived. Yes. Maybe Kingdom Come Deliverance. Not exactly the same, but it's a pretty fun timepiece game. I'm not sure what you're replying to right there. Ah, wait a minute. There we go. Yes, Oscar said that. And KS says, are there any games like Bannerlord that has the same combat style? Yeah. As Oscar says, I think Kingdom Come Deliverance would probably be something that would scratch that itch for you, potentially. It is a bit more... I'm not sure what to really say about Kingdom Come Deliverance, because it looks good, right? It looks good, but the combat system was always a little bit weird for me. I don't know, maybe I just never got into it as much as I possibly should have or could have done. So, yeah. Jay says they're out of money. Oh, yeah, Warner Brothers? Yeah. They can't say that, though. Okay, well, I mean, that's the thing. They've really done some terrible things recently, so, yeah. Yeah. Anyway... let me see if I can... Oh, nice. We actually got a pretty nice chest shot right there. I mean, these guys are just gonna die, right? They should die. Let me get out my two-handed... Oh! See, now that's what I'm talking about. These kinds of attacks, so incredibly satisfying. Chivalry. Yeah, Jace's Chivalry and Mordau, Fake says Mordau and Chivalry have similar combat. That is true, absolutely. The only thing I'm kind of a little bit dubious about with recommending those is that they are multiplayer mostly. I'm not sure if KS is wanting multiplayer. I don't know. I mean, maybe they do. I don't know. But yeah, those definitely have similar combat. Chivalry is very hard. I remember playing the Chivalry Medieval Warfare beta back when they were doing the open beta tests, or closed, or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I got access to it somehow, sometime, I don't know, and played some of those, and they were really difficult because I was playing against people that were very good at the game, and let's just say I got schooled really hard. So yeah. The crouch helps against looters early game. I have a feeling that if you're crouched midfield battle at the front of the formation, the AI focuses on the units behind, since they are a larger target. Ah, okay. That's good to know. That is good to know. Hearts of Iron 2 was the most complicated game I ever tried playing, which sucked because it sounded like my perfect game, especially playing as the USSR, says Kraken. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. All of those games... Don't even get me started. Oh, yeah. They just they make my brain you know, just go frazzle. Yeah, I wish they didn't though. That's the funny thing. I wish they didn't, because they seem like such fun experiences if you can actually understand them. Let me see what else is going. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, JM. Thank you. I really appreciate that. What's your okay? This is a difficult question. What's your favorite jacket potato topping? Now I'm under pressure because now I'm not sure. Now I'm not sure what to really say about this. There's many different kinds. I gotta say I quite like baked beans. Baked beans on jacket potato. I think that is pretty fun. Pretty tasty. Like some cheese on that, maybe. Maybe some cheese on that. But other times I just like, you know what? Sometimes I just like it a bit simple. So maybe not even that much. Just a little bit of butter. You know, it depends. It depends on how I'm feeling. But what about you? What about you, JM? What do you like on your jacket potato? Because I think the first thing that came to my mind was baked beans. So I'm gonna go with baked beans and maybe some cheese on top of that. Not sure. But what about you? I've only played For Honor on single player. I just want to have a good time, not get 360 no-scoped by someone who has 3,000 hours. Yeah, indeed. No game company makes good co-op games anymore. I miss playing games with the homies on Halo and Gears and whatnot. That's the thing. If you want a good co-op game experience, I would recommend Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2. But obviously that I'm not sure. I mean, it very much depends, because obviously if you think about how many people play that still, even now, and it came out in 2009, and it's still an amazing game. It's one of my favorite cooperative experiences of all time. KS. Left 4 Dead 2. That is Left 4 Dead 2, if you didn't catch that initially. Oh, Oscar, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And you say, I just wanted to join on the super chat train. I appreciate it. Thank you. That is wonderful. And you've also joined as a knight. Okay. Whoa, you're going for it. You're going for it. I really appreciate that too. And as I say, your badge, your little person next to your name, that's going to upgrade over time. And eventually you're going to have a wonderful golden crown by the side there. Oh yeah, Vermintide also is really good too. Yeah, I also agree on that. Yes, fake, absolutely 100%. I played a bunch of that. I think I have... what is it now? 20 hours or something in Vermintide 2, which is not that much. But I used to play Left 4 Dead 2 all the time, or shall we say Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 all the time. And I think I have over 1,500 hours in all of that. I mean, really, they were just so incredibly cool. Those games are amazing. Super fun. And yeah, if someone doesn't know, Vermintide 2 is indeed free on Steam. Because they're celebrating the upcoming release of Darktide, and you can check it out. You can get it right away for free, and it's amazing. It's amazing that they're actually doing that. So yeah, a lot of people saying that in chat, as it is. Okay, wait a minute. Did I miss other things? I personally, I love Oblivion, okay? I love Oblivion. I think that, I don't know. I just always had a lot of fun playing Oblivion. It's always... It's kind of like a... I played it on the Xbox 360, I believe. Long time ago. Yeah. That was a very long time ago. But it was always super, super fun. Alright, let me actually just check. Okay, yeah. My stamina, as you can see, I think this is absolute... I think it's silliness, to be honest, for this to be still at 11%. I don't understand why this should still be at 11%. In my opinion, stamina should regenerate over time as I'm running around, but obviously it doesn't do that. Anyway, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, so Vermintide is actually free, and I just really... I had a lot of fun playing that as well recently. I enjoyed playing the Witch Hunter, I believe. The Witch Hunter. Yeah, that was the class that I played the most. Oscar says, I've watched so many VODs lately, got to support the channel that has given me so much entertainment. I thank you so much. That is actually a wonderful, wonderful mindset. I appreciate that. Yes, Aaron says, Warhammer 40k Darktide looks good. Yeah, it does. I actually did say in a previous stream that I had access. I mean, obviously, anyone could request access to the closed beta test, and I had access to it for the weekend, along with everyone else that that got in, and I didn't make a video on it because I'm an idiot. So yeah. It would have been nice for me to do that, but yeah, I just didn't. I didn't even boot it up. I didn't even play it in my free time, which was sad. I didn't have that much time actually during that weekend, but whatever the case, yeah. Oh, we're now at war against the Sturgians. Okay, that's interesting. That's going to be very, very interesting. I guess we're going to have to see what's going on there in just a second. Derek, hello Derek, welcome. Woke up to use the bathroom, saw the legend was live. Now I'm wide awake and all in. Hello Derek, welcome. Yes, we are here, and I've been streaming for quite a bit so far. Maybe not for much longer. So yeah, that's maybe slightly poor timing on my part, I guess. Growing up on the 360, I played Oblivion, and my brother showed me how to kill Umbra at level 1 with Sneak and a staff from the Citadel. One of the only times my brother has helped me. Well, I mean, you know, that it's a rarity. Sometimes, you know, sometimes they show you some extremely important things, and that is got to be it's got to be one of the most important things, right? Being able to defeat something in Oblivion, because Oblivion was actually pretty. I found it pretty difficult at times. But I just remember the annoying fan, you know. Yeah, I mean, shall we say the adoring fan? I'm sorry, his name is not the annoying fan. It's the adoring fan. Okay, yeah, got it. Grimaldo says, "Do you plan to make videos on Darktide?" Okay, I do plan to do videos on it, but I'm just not entirely sure how that's going to go, because generally, whenever I'm playing something multiplayer, things don't go according to plan, and then I end up either scrapping the entire recording, or it's very, I don't know, a bit weird. It's a bit weird. So I would like to, 100% Grimaldus. I would love to, because I think it looks like a super fun game, but I'm not sure how that's really going to go for me. So we'll see. We'll see. I think it would be fun, but I'm not sure. So yeah. Simon says, play Darktide Beta, and I'll say only Guardsman. Okay, I have no idea what that means, as I say, but I would assume that's a class. Maybe it's your favorite class, potentially? The banter in Darktide was sadly not as good as Vermintide, since it's all custom characters. Ah, okay. I think that was actually one of the most requested things, though, wasn't it, Moraken? Did people not want to create their own characters? I think custom characters are pretty fun, right? Yeah, Blight Survival. Yeah, I actually tweeted about this. I saw the news break with the trailer, because they came out with a trailer, and it's basically a 1 to 4 player medieval alternate history thing where you're playing as a knight and you have to go up against undead and all kinds of things. It's made in Unreal Engine 5 and it's looking pretty fantastic. And I might actually be getting some videos on that. I'm not sure yet, but it would be really cool if I could. As I say, I don't know. But yeah, Blight Survival is looking real fun. And it's only made by 2 people. It's made by 2 people, so I'm very much looking forward to it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that too. Anyway, let me see if I can actually start doing some stuff with my smithing now. So here we go. Let me see here. Where are my hammers? Did I already smelt all of them? There they are. Alright, there we go, perfect. Okay, so let's actually smelt some of these Pugios as well while I have the ability to do so. I should probably just do a bunch of smithing off screen, shouldn't I? That's probably what I should do. Because then I don't have to sit here doing this, you know, with you with you watching me. Because obviously it's a bit of one of those things, you know, it's one of those micromanaging things that you don't really, it's not that exciting, but it can be quite useful to see exactly just how much you're going to be getting. For example, look at the fine steel right there. 100. I've got 5 of those, and I can sell them for 197 each. Kind of incredible. Yeah, should probably go to some other places as well, to be honest, to get trade rumors and things like that. Because I think I have 0 trade skill. Okay, well that's obviously not very useful, but I do have a trading companion that might actually make sense. Anyway, it's also going to the Daedra Shrine where the NPC was frozen in time and use them as targets to level up. Oh, really? You can do that? Oh, that's very cool. That is very cool. Yeah, indeed, indeed. Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, Sean, you're waiting for Sky Oblivion. Oh, that would be, yeah, that would be actually amazing. That would be so incredibly fun. They're owned by big Microsoft now. Really? What, the Blight Survival guys? Or are you talking about Avowed? Oh, yeah, Avowed. Are you talking about Avowed or are you talking about Blight Survival? Because if you're talking about Blight Survival, then that's actually really good for them. I mean, that's great for the developers. So, yeah, well, hopefully it is good for them. The tedious and time-consuming stuff makes it more personal, though. It may be annoying, but hey, you're more truthful in that regard. Well, I mean, that's the point. You know, I don't want to do stuff that is going to be, you know, annoying or something. Ah, Avowed was picked up. Oh, okay, I understand. Nexus mods and collections make some games super easy to install set mods with minimal effort. Yes, I've got to say I don't have a lot of experience modding Skyrim or anything like that, so I probably cannot comment on that particularly, but yeah, anyway, yeah, we should probably move on back to Botanian territory because there is a war going on here, and I am not looking particularly strong right now. There are a bunch of Sturgian vassals in the area. I mean, my forces are not actually that bad. But I'd kind of like to drop off these manual laborers and everything. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to... Vidar, stay away from me, sir. Oh, KS, sleep well. And hope you have a good day tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, dear. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm actually going to run away. Oh, no.
Stop there, stranger.
Oh, are you serious? Are you serious, sir? You should... Oh, this is bad. This is very bad. If only this guy... is he actually running away from him? I actually have no idea. Okay, this is going to be really bad. Should I try to get away? Oh, no. Should I try to get away? Okay, wait a minute. 12 soldiers only. It might be worth it. I don't think I can beat this guy, not unless he has a bunch of recruits, which of course he doesn't. So I think we're looking at a retreat right here. So I'm actually going to do that. We lost leather, trade goods, some horses, pieces of armor, weapons. Wow, okay, that's actually a lot of stuff that we lost right there. Okay, we're gonna just have to move on. Please. Oh no, are you serious right now?
Stop there, stranger.
Oh no, this is bad. Okay, can you guys leave me alone? Can you?
Halt there. So, tell me who I fight.
No, they can't leave me alone. Yeah, that's the thing. I thought we could get away, but it looks as though this is it for me. Yeah, as you can quite clearly tell, those guys literally just they just didn't give up. Okay, they just didn't give up. Okay. I'm gonna just surrender. There's nothing I can do. Me going in there would make no sense whatsoever. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that happened. That happened. It's okay though. All right, it's okay. I'm not mad. All right, and yeah, abrogator. Yes, that's what I was actually talking about in the Realm of Thrones series as well, because we did have a slightly similar thing happen, but not actually. I didn't get taken prisoner. So I did manage to get away in that series, but in this, I'm moving way too slowly for that to actually be a thing. So yeah, that's actually really sad to me. But abrogator, yeah, you're 100% correct. I think that generally you should have your troops able to stop the enemies from chasing after you for a little bit of time. I'm not talking about, you know, a whole 2 days or something, but just a little bit of time. So that would be kind of nice. Anyway, I'm just going to accept this. I wonder whether he's actually going to... Is he going to attack me right now? Should we see for science? Should we see for science whether he's actually going to attack me? I mean, you can see here, at least I didn't lose my axe, right? I've still got my axe, so that's pretty fine. We still have... Oh, wow. They basically took all my trade goods. I am now livid. Oh, yes, I am. I still have some Pugios, so that's not too bad. But they took all my other stuff, which I gotta say is very irritating. What a classic. Okay, so I can't go to any of their towns, so I will make my way back to Epicrotia. Let me actually see if I can even make my way back. Okay, so I have a herd problem, so we need to get rid of some of these horses. So let's do... see, now we're having some problems with my... with my inventory. Okay, Right. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see what we can do here. I'm going to go back to Epicrotia. I'm going to probably move through Empire territory because I want to... Are you serious? Okay, these guys. Can these guys... These guys should just leave me alone, okay? These guys should leave me alone. I really do not want to fight them. Right now, at least. I will fight them in a second, if I can find some people. Let me just recruit some Botanians real fast. Let me get them. I really wanted to get the manual labor quest. What do you bet this is a manual labor quest? No, need help with brigands. Okay, well that's actually kind of useless to me at the moment, because I cannot do anything with that. But yeah, abrogator, yes. Indeed, I think that they should get the disorganized state, because that would allow you to escape more effectively. Yeah. That would be a good fix for it, at least. And we're just going to recruit a couple of people here. Okay, so let me actually just have a quick look at the... Yeah. What a wonderful thing to happen, right? That is terrible. Oh well, never mind. I have a lot of... I actually have some pretty decent amounts of weapons here, so I can actually sell this for a decent amount. We can sell this as well. That's 3,000. That's not too bad. And maybe I should actually recruit some of these guys. I'm actually going to do that. I've never used mercenary troops ever before, so this is actually kind of an interesting thing to do. But yeah, we're just gonna do this. These guys are not going to be that effective, I assume, but we're going to move through Empire territory, like I said, and we're just going to recruit a couple of people. Or none, as the case may be, because these fellows are obviously recruiting everyone for the war. You know, I would assume that the Empire is at war against the Sturgians as well. My party's now starving. It goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? Oh yes, Tony. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth right there. Okay, yeah. Or shall we say, I did the same to you. Okay, well, let me. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, this is good. This is good. Here we go. Here we go. We're actually getting some things. Okay, wonderful. Wow. Okay, yeah, I guess, you know what? I guess that's going to be it for the stream, because I'm going to be spending a little bit of time and, you know, read a lot of time to restore my army. And we'll see what happens with the next stream. I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but it will probably be happening sometime during the week. And hopefully you'll be able to catch me then as well. And yeah, I mean, I do have 78 maximum troops, and if I can find Risa again, which I think should be pretty easy as well, by the way, because I can basically speak to her in the party screen, so we can basically just go here and then say, recall this member to your party, which I think is an absolutely amazing thing, by the way. I think that is a wonderful, wonderful feature. So, yeah. That is what I will be doing. We'll get her back, then we'll have 100 troops maximum, and then we'll see what's going to happen in the next one. But yeah, we're not doing too badly in terms of our money situation, and I just need to do a bit more in terms of smithing too. Oh, Simon says, I do have to ask, you were always livid with throwing in Warband. Has that changed in Bannerlord? No, well, technically yes, because I absolutely love thrown weapons in Bannerlord. I think they are super, super fun. And I'd highly recommend at least one time trying out a throwing build, because later on down the line, you can use this. Impale. Javelins who throw penetrate shields like ballista bolts. That's going to be so incredible. It is really, really fun, and I use that in the Berserker series. If you're wondering, but yeah, T Dunbar. Hope you don't do a lot off screen. We enjoy the journey. Okay, well, if that's the case, I will recruit some more people. I'll do some more smithing, and I'll do a couple of fights, but I won't do anything too. I won't do anything too dramatic. So yeah, Grimaldus, thanks for coming, and it's always great to see you. So hope to see you in the next stream as well. And yeah, Oscar, thanks for joining the the Reformian Empire. Thanks for becoming a member and for the super chat. And thank you to everyone else. And I'll see you in the next stream.